We've got some former editor-in-chiefs here to share their memories, just kind of talk a little bit about the best stories, the biggest breakthroughs, and some of the things they learned while leading the Post.
Probably the biggest triumphs that we experienced were on the pages of the newspaper fighting for access to public meetings and public records, and our website was not adequate. I really wanted to change that, so I hired somebody who was going to oversee that. Within the first 2 or 3 weeks of school starting, she quit, and I didn't really have anybody else to do it, so in addition to running the daily paper, I decided I was going to do it on my own, and it did not turn out well. It was a colossal disaster.
1 week into my time as editor-in-chief, 9/11 happened. Many critics among the faculty, and one of our most vocal critics, sent us an email the next day saying this is the Post's finest hour. And you know, I was really proud of our staff that day, and I don't know, it was one of those things that I think will stick with you. It was the one night in my time at the Post where I was telling folks on our staff, I don't want to be the first editor to not have the paper come out tomorrow morning. And it definitely was a miracle that paper came out that day. And there were, one story was in the paper 3 times. We just liked it so much. We just and one headline said, Mike, please write headline here.
It could have said something much worse.
Yes.
I was the second woman editor, and I was there for 1/2 a year. This is what it looked like. This was my first paper. And then I had a column, and it was called, my last name was Pashan, and so I called it Post, all caps, postmarked by Pashan, because I like a personal touch. So we were always singled out because the Ohio University Post in Athens, Ohio, was an independent college newspaper. And I think it can be very not too many were, and it just amazed us because, as I say, we were given all that freedom, but we used it with responsibility.
And the photographer came back with a picture of Taylor Branch speaking, and in the foreground, a picture of the president of the Black Student Union with his eyes closed. And the photographer wrote in the caption, Black Student Union President so-and-so nods off while Taylor Branch speaks. It was not my late night. I was not at the paper. Akron Beacon Journal did a story on it. The Athens News, of course, was all over it. And they were calling, they were calling for a boycott. They wanted us to apologize. And it was very tough for me because I wasn't involved with it, but yet I was the editor, so I had to take responsibility. I don't know if anybody here remembers this, but I remember before we came out with the apology on the next day's paper, I think it was Jim Phillips from the News called me and said, are you going to apologize? And I stupidly, so I said, yes, I think I'm going to apologize. So the Athens News scooped us. Yeah. Yeah.